Shoot, I done watched this episode of Eddy and Eddy about 1,000,000,000 times now. And I'm still in shock at how much this jit Ed done crashed out on the whole cul-de-sac. Shoot, I'll even go as far as to say that's probably the greatest crash out in cartoon history. I mean, he was pissed off for a very stupid reason though, but we'll get there eventually. Alright, so the episode starts off with all the kids of the cul-de-sac watching a movie that the Eds created. I don't know what Eddy got going on right here, but it was making that dough. So, fast forward, and because of Sarah's quick freaking temper, things quickly escalate into a huge food fight, which ironically makes this nigga even more money. Say what you want about Eddy, but he was always about his coin. Eddy gotta be rich as an adult, cause ain't no way. So, while everybody is throwing food at each other, Ed finally decides to pull up, and... Damn nigga, is you good? Who pissed in your chunky puffs? Cause this is the face of a literal demon. And to make matters worse, dude done grabs everybody in that bit and just drops them on the ground. Dang, do you know how much strength you have to have in order to carry the entire cul-de-sac on your back, bruh? Especially Rolf, and that nigga strong as hell. So as everyone's in shock at what Ed just did, here comes the spawn of Satan herself, Sarah, trying to use her temper again to solve all her problems. Except, not this time. Watch this.
You can't kick me out! I live here too! So move!
Yeah, serves your ass frickin' right. This was satisfying as heck to witness. She need to know exactly who has the authority in the household. So after that, everyone was shook, dipping out immediately. Well, except for Eddy and Double D, of course. But look at how this man Ed walks away.
Hey, Sourpuss!
He got hemorrhoids or something? Why he squatting like that? Alright, now we just see this man Ed chilling on a stump. Still looking mad as hell. And honestly, this is where we're finna see this man for a long while. So buckle up. But as soon as Lumpy notices Eddy and Double D come through, man, Ed about strong AF, boy. But he's only using a fraction of his power here. The crash out will get even more insane later on. So as I'm watching, this dude Eddy is already getting fed up with Ed's attitude. Over here trying to force this man to be happy. Like, bro.
You torment me!
God dang. Maybe Ed should be a lumberjack when he grows up. He'll do great. And Eddy definitely deserved that shiz though. But now it was Double D's turn to try and cheer him up. And nah, Double D was low-key disrespectful. I know Ed's a dirty nigga, but cleaning his shoulders before giving him a hug is ironically nasty work. Let's keep it a band.
Touch me again and I will squash you!
Yeah, I be looking like Double D right here for real. I wholeheartedly believe it. No Naruto. My ass staying far, far away after hearing that. No Shrek. But you really gotta admire Sockhead's kindness, cause he's still just offering to be at Ed's side and hear him out. Like a good friend. And yet, we notice Ed clawing at the stump on the side. Just for him to give you this look. Oh, nah. I'm packing it up at this point. I love my life too much. You think I'd want Ed to take it away? Cause looking like this, he most certainly will. So I'm glad Double D and Eddy decided to retreat for the time being. And after gathering a whole bunch of items from Ed's room to hopefully cheer him up, Eddy grabs this rotten sandwich attached to Ed's pillow and lifts it up. Ed, why the freak are you laying your no chin having head on this moldy ass sandwich, bruh? I haven't puked since I was a jit, but I know for a fact, one step in this room and I'm finished. And Eddy, you just as nasty as Ed, lifting that junk with your bare hands. Disgusting.
It's a magazine! Chicks galore, huh?
Man, the writers knew what they were doing here. Lord have mercy. So once they bring the stuff they collected back to Ed, what do we see? Kevin sending his literal death warrant. Over here throwing a baseball at Ed's hard coconut head and catching the rebound. My nigga, you saw what happened at the first encounter. This is not the time to be a bully. But Eddy is even stupider though. Because after witnessing what this man Ed literally did to him moments ago, he decides to join Kevin in the side pit. Eddy, the nigga said,
You torment me!
and slammed you into a freaking tree. Whatever happens to you next, I will laugh so hard in your face. Oh my. Dang, Ed. He said, y'all want to play baseball, right? Pop!
Home run!
Hit y'all with that fafo. So Eddy and Double D try some more tactics to make Ed happy. But oh my gosh, he gobbled that nigga. Demon, where's my crucifix at? But anyways, after nearly getting burned to a crisp, they try one more strat, which involves Eddy cosplaying as a chicken and dancing around Ed. And
How about I lay an egg?
oh, ooh, damn, you done put that nigga in the dirt for real. Rest in peace. But this is where Eddy, the generational F-up, crosses the line. Dude is so fed up with Ed's continual crash outs that he does the unthinkable and decides to slap Lumpy across the frickin' head. Oh no, you done did it now, Eddy. Just look at this man, he about to blow. Pause. And once he broke his unibrow into two separate eyebrows, the ultimate crash out was finally unleashed. No Sonic, screaming so loud that Double D done knocked out and turned Eddy into a male stripper. Nah, Ed is effing shiz up. But why the freak is the music so goofy, bruh? Whoever playing that trumpet need to take some extra lessons cause they trash. So anyways, y'all see the slide, right? Does this look edible in y'all's opinion? Thought so. Cause Ed proceeds to chomp the frick out of that bit. What's this nigga's mouth even made of? Titanium? So then he proceeds to use said mouth and spits out the slide like a wad of gum and lifts the whole playground into the sky, including Johnny and Plank. Wait, when the heck did they get here? Double D could have literally died right there, bro. Mans is blessed. So after Plank lands on the teeter-totter, Johnny lands on the other side, launching the heck out of Plank, which fortunately bonks Ed on the head. Yeah, I said fortunately. You'll see why in a second. Dang, owl neck Ed. But as Ed was getting ready to completely violate Plank, Johnny tries to stop him, already sliding for his wooden homie. And of course, Plank always somehow uses telepathy to communicate with this nigga. And for some reason, Plank tells Johnny to pull out Ed's right shoe. Yet, once he does that,
Ed is happy once more!
yeah bro, the crash out of the century was caused by a pebble in his stinky ass shoe. I ain't gonna lie, it's valid.